Hello, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. It's your dedicated team from the TV channel Spoiler Hub, diving deep into the heart-pounding drama that's gripping Salem like never before. Today, we're peeling back the layers of one of the most tantalizing mysteries unfolding on our screens. The enigmatic health crisis befalling the beloved Sarah Horton. Whispers of poison, hidden agendas, and fractured family ties are swirling through the air, leaving us all on the edge of our seats. Is this a calculated act of vengeance or something far more sinister? Buckle up as we embark on an exhaustive exploration of this storyline, expanding on every twist, every glance, and every unspoken fear. We'll dissect the events with the drama they deserve, painting a vivid picture that's more intense, more emotional, and more detailed than you've ever imagined. By the end of this article, you'll feel like you've lived through the turmoil yourself, and trust us, it's a roller coaster that demands your full attention. To set the stage properly, let's rewind a bit and immerse ourselves in the rich tapestry of Days of Our Lives. For over 5 decades, this iconic soap opera has been the beating heart of daytime television, weaving tales of love, betrayal, redemption, and revenge in the fictional town of Salem. Characters come and go, alliances shift like sand in an hourglass, and secrets fester until they explode in spectacular fashion. Sarah Horton, portrayed with exquisite vulnerability by the talented Lindsay Godfrey, has been a cornerstone of recent arcs. Daughter of the legendary Maggie Horton and the late Neil Curtis, though her paternity twists have added their own layers of intrigue, Sarah has endured more heartache than most. From her tumultuous romance with Xander Kyriakis to the devastating loss of her child Mickey in a tragic car accident orchestrated by the villainous Kristen DeMera, Sarah's life has been a whirlwind of joy snatched away by cruelty. But lately, glimmers of hope have flickered in Sarah's world. After a period of estrangement and emotional turmoil, she's been inching closer to Brady Black, the brooding heir to the Black family legacy, played with brooding intensity by Eric Martsolf. Brady, himself no stranger to pine-having battled addiction, lost loves, and Family Feud seems to find solace in Sarah's gentle strength. Their budding reconnection has been a beacon for fans rooting for second chances. Yet, as any longtime viewer knows, happiness in Salem is fleeting, often shattered by the shadows of jealousy and malice. Enter the latest bombshell, Sarah's sudden and severe health problems. This isn't just a plot device, it's a masterstroke of suspense that has us questioning loyalties, motives, and the very fabric of relationships in the show. The scene that ignited this firestorm is etched in our minds with cinematic precision. Picture this: the camera pans slowly across a dimly lit room in the Kyriakis mansion, where Sarah has been staying amid her reconciliation efforts. Soft classical music plays in the background, a deceptive lullaby masking the impending doom. We see a pair of black leather gloves, sleek, anonymous, the kind that scream premeditation, marrying from the shadows. The hands, steady and deliberate, uncork a small vial containing a viscous, colorless liquid. With agonizing slowness, the poison is poured into a delicate porcelain teacup, the steam from the freshly brewed chamomile tea rising like a ghostly apparition. The liquid mingles seamlessly, no telltale bubbles or discoloration to betray its deadly secret. The gloved figure pauses, as if savoring the moment, before vanishing into the ether, leaving the cup innocently on the side table. Cut to Sarah, oblivious to the trap laid before her. She's radiant in the afternoon, her blonde hair cascading in soft waves, her eyes sparkling with a mix of hope and fatigue. Perhaps she's been feeling a touch under the weather lately, subtle hints dropped in previous episodes. A fleeting nausea, a dizziness dismissed as stress. She picks up the cup, inhaling the soothing aroma, and takes a sip. The tea is warm, comforting, a small ritual in her chaotic life. But as the minutes tick by, the poison begins its insidious work. Sarah's face contorts in confusion, then pain. Her hand clutches her abdomen, the cup slipping from her fingers and shattering on the floor in a spray of shards and spilled liquid. She gasps, her breath coming in ragged bursts as waves of agony ripple through her body. Is it her heart racing unnaturally? Her vision blurring at the edges? The show masterfully builds the tension here, intercutting with close-ups of her widening eyes, the sweat beading on her forehead, and the desperate reach for her phone that slips just out of grasp. Brady bursts into the room moments later, his face a mask of concern turning to horror. "Sarah! Oh God, Sarah, what's wrong?" he cries, dropping to his knees beside her. He cradles her as she collapses, her body convulsing slightly, a detail that amps up the drama, making viewers clutch their remotes in fear. Paramedics arrive in a flurry of sirens and urgency, wheeling her out on a stretcher while Brady paces like a caged lion. At the hospital, the diagnosis is grim, symptoms pointing to poisoning, though the exact toxin remains elusive, adding another layer of mystery. Doctors swarm, IVs are inserted, monitors beep ominously. Sarah hovers between consciousness and delirium, murmuring fragments of confusion. The tea, it tasted off. For this medical emergency isn't just physical, it's a psychological earthquake. shaking the foundations of trust in Salem. Now, the finger of suspicion points sharply at one character, Rachel Black, Brady's young daughter, whose innocence belies a turbulent inner world. Rachel, played with precocious intensity by Finley Rose Slater, has been a pawn in the ongoing custody battles and emotional manipulations stemming from her mother, Kristen's villainous schemes. But lately, Rachel's behavior has taken a darker turn. We've seen flashes of her resentmental at first, like pouting during family dinners or making snide remarks about that woman, encroaching on her father's affections. As Brady and Sarah grow closer, Rachel's jealousy simmers into something more volatile. Could this child, scarred by her parents' fractured relationship, have crossed into dangerous territory? Brady's confrontation with Rachel is a scene straight out of a thriller. He storms into her room, his voice a thunderclap of accusation. "Rachel, what did you do? Tell me the truth, did you hurt Sarah?" The girl's eyes widen, a mix of defiance and fear. She clutches her teddy bear, a symbol of her lingering childhood. But her words cut like knives. "She was taking you away from me, Daddy. I just wanted things back to how they were." Is this a confession or a red herring? The show toys with us here, flashing back to earlier episodes where Rachel overheard Brady and Sarah's intimate conversations. Perhaps she witnessed a tender momentous kiss, a whispered promise that ignited her rage. Or maybe it's tied to the bombshell speculation. Is Sarah pregnant again? The pregnancy angle. This is where the drama escalates to operatic levels. Sarah's history with motherhood is fraught with tragedy. After losing Mickey in that horrific switcheroo plot involving Kristen and Xander, Sarah's womb became a symbol of lost dreams. But recent episodes have dropped hints: Sarah skipping wine at dinners, touching her stomach absent-mindedly, scheduling mysterious doctor's appointments. If she's carrying Brady's child, it would be a game changer, blending families in ways that could heal old wounds or ignite new wars. Imagine the stakes: Rachel already feeling sidelined, learning that a new sibling might dilute her father's attention further. The poison could be her desperate bid to eliminate the threat, not just to Sarah, but to the unborn child. We envision heart-wrenching hospital scenes where Sarah, fighting for her life, clutches Brady's hand and whispers, "Brady." The baby. The revelation would send shockwaves through Salem, drawing in characters like Maggie, who would be torn between grandmotherly joy and fear, or Xander, Sarah's ex, whose lingering feelings could resurface in a blaze of protectiveness. But let's not jump to conclusions too hastily. Days of Our Lives thrives on misdirection, and Rachel might not be the sole suspect. Delve deeper and other shadows emerge. What about Fiona Cook, Xander's mother, whose rival in Salem has been shrouded in secrets? Fiona's disdain for Sarah is no secret. She's made barbed comments about Sarah trapping her son in the past. Could she have donned those gloves to settle old scores? Or consider Kristen DiMera herself, Rachel's mother, a master manipulator with a history of poisoning rivals. Kristen could be pulling strings from afar, using Rachel as an unwitting tool to sabotage Brady's happiness. Imagine the layered betrayal: Kristen whispering poison into Rachel's ear, figuratively and literally convincing her that Sarah is the enemy. Then there's the broader canvas of Salem's interconnected web. E.J. DiMera, ever the schemer, might see Sarah's downfall as collateral in his power plays. Or perhaps it's a new villain, introduced subtly in recent episodes, a mysterious figure lurking in the background. Their motives tied to long-buried Horton family secrets. We recall the gloved hand. Was there a ring? A scar? Details like these could unravel the puzzle. Fans on forums are buzzing with theories, some pointing to a revenge plot from Sarah's past medical mishaps, like her time impersonating Kristen or her involvement in the baby switch scandal. To expand on the emotional depth, let's explore Sarah's psyche in this crisis. As she lies in that sterile hospital bed, tubes snaking across her arms, her mind drifts to flashbacks. We see her as a young doctor, full of promise, before the heartbreaks piled up. The poison coursing through her veins isn't just physical toxin. It's a metaphor for the venomous relationships that have plagued her. Brady, by her side, wrestles with guilt. His divided attentions provoke this. His addiction history resurfaces in vulnerable moments where he confides in his grandfather, Victor, in spirit, perhaps through heartfelt monologues about fearing he's doomed to destroy those he loves. Rachel's turmoil deserves its own spotlight. This isn't a one-dimensional child villain. She's a product of chaos, raised amid custody wars, brainwashing attempts by Kristen, and the absence of stable parenting. Rachel's actions stem from deep-seated abandonment fears. A poignant scene could show her alone in her room, tears streaming, regretting her impulsiveness. "I didn't mean to hurt her." "Not really," she might sob to her doll, humanizing her in a way that tugs at heartstrings. This complexity elevates the storyline beyond mere shock value, delving into themes of mental health, family dynamics, and the cycle of trauma in soap operas. Speculating on future twists, the pregnancy reveal could pivot the plot dramatically. If confirmed, it might lead to a custody battle royale, with Brady fighting Kristen for Rachel while protecting his new family. Medical miracles couldn't sway Sarah pulling through thanks to a rare antidote discovered by Kayla Brady or experimental treatment tying back to Stefano Dimara's legacy. Perhaps the poison wasn't lethal but meant to induce hallucinations, forcing Sarah to confront buried truths. Xander could re-enter as a hero, using his shady connections to track the culprit, reigniting old flames and jealousies. Fan reactions add another layer to this saga. On social media, Savasara trends with viewers sharing fan art of the poison tea scene, memes about Rachel's evil glare, and petitions for more Brady-Sarah screen time. Some theorize a twin twist Sarah's evil doppelganger from the past. Others draw parallels to classic Days poisonings like the infamous Stefano arcs. This engagement underscores why Days of Our Lives endures and mirrors our own lives' dramas, amplified to epic proportions. As we circle back, the question lingers, who poisoned Sarah? Was it Rachel's childish rage amplified by adult manipulations? Or a deeper conspiracy? The gloved hand remains a haunting image, a promise of revelations to come. In Salem, no one is safe and every sip of tea could be your last. Stay tuned, fans, the hourglass is turning and the sand is running out for our heroes. But wait, there's more to unpack. Let's dive into the production side for added depth. The writers, led by Ron Carlivati, have masterfully crafted this arc to echo vintage soap tropes while infusing modern psychological realism. Lindsay Godfrey's performance as Sarah in distress is Emmy-worthy. Her subtle tremors, the way her voice cracks in pain, elevate the material. Eric Martzel brings a raw paternal anguish to Brady, making the confrontation with Rachel not just accusatory but heartbreakingly tender. Even young Finley Rose Slater shines, balancing innocence with menace in a way that recalls classic child antagonists, like Rhoda from The Bad Seed. Historically, poisoning plots and Days have been goldmines for drama. Remember Vivian Alamain burying Carly Manning alive or the Salem Stalker saga? This storyline fits seamlessly, potentially linking to the ongoing Demara versus Kyriakis feud. If Sarah is pregnant, it could resurrect echoes of the Mickey loss, forcing characters to relive traumas. Imagine Maggie at Sarah's bedside, flashbacks to her own battles with alcoholism and loss, vowing to protect her daughter at all costs. Expanding on motives, Rachel's jealousy isn't baseless. Brady's history of unstable relationships showed Teresa Nicoleus left Rachel wary of interlopers. Sarah, with her kind demeanor, represents stability Rachel craves yet fears losing. A detailed subplot could involve Rachel sneaking into the kitchen, violent hand perhaps stolen from Kristen's hidden stash, her small hands trembling as she pours. The show could intercut this with Sarah's blissful ignorance, heightening irony. Other suspects warrant scrutiny. Fiona, with her Scottish brogue and cunning eyes, has motive. Sarah's happiness threatens Xander's loyalty to her. A scene of Fiona lurking, gloves and purse, would add suspense. Or EJ scheming from the Demara mansion, using poison as a distraction from his own scandals. Even Chad Demara could be implicated if it ties to Abigail's memory. The hospital drama unfolds in layers. Doctors like Trip Johnson and Kayla rush tests, discovering the poison mimics natural illness belladonna or arsenic, evoking historical poisonings. Sarah's delirium brings visions, Mickey as an angel warning her, Xander pleading forgiveness. Brady's vigil includes prayers, calls to family, building community response. Pregnancy speculation, symptoms morning sickness masked as poison effects. Reveal via ultrasound, Brady's joy tempered by fear. This could lead to weddings, betrayals. Crossovers with other arcs like Paulina's Mara woes or Leo's gossip. Fan theories abound. Some say it's a self-inflicted accident, Sarah's stress manifesting. Others point to a new character, a Horton relative with grudges. Online polls show 60% blaming Rachel, 20% Kristen, 20% other. Predictions, resolution, and sweeps week, with chases, confessions, antidotes. Sarah survives stronger, Rachel gets therapy, Brady-Sarah unite, but shadows linger. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.